Hello children, Jai Hind, very good afternoon. Join me in my virtual class. I am your Tulika ma'am. Hope you are all fine and you're ready for your English period. Children, last day I was teaching you the chapter Glimpses of India from your first flight book, and it was your 7th chapter. The first part already we have done, a baker from Goa, and we are going to start the next part, that is the cook. Now, Kurg or Kodagu is a small district in Karnataka. This small district is gifted with beautiful scenic beauty, lushes of green. People usually visit this place for their holidays. Kodagu or Kurg is situated in between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore, which is now known as Mangaluru. The inhabitants of this place, Kurg, is supposed to be the descendants of the Arabs or the Greeks. Now children, there are many folk tales, stories of this clan of people in Kurg. So we are going to enjoy those stories, those folk tales, those beliefs, faiths, those cultures of this people of Kurg in this chapter. The poet has showcased it properly and he has gifted us in this chapter, right? So I'll be opening up my PPT and I would request everybody to, if you are using your mobile phone as the tool, please transfer the screen to the landscape or the full screen mode. So the second part of this chapter is written by Lokesh Abrol. Now we'll come to know about Lokesh Abrol. Lokesh Abrol or Dr. Lokesh Abrol is a traveler and a social entrepreneur who loves India and likes writing about different places he visited in India. About Kurg, it is in Karnataka and is famous for coffee, rainforests and spices. Yes, this place is, I forgot to tell you during the introduction, the place is famous for spices also, children. I have tasted really wonderful spices you get from this place. It lies geographically between Mysore and Mangalore, which is now known as Mangaluru. The lesson gives us a beautiful insight of the smallest district of Karnataka and its people. The place has an amazing weather. As I told you, this place is blessed by a good weather and scenic beauty. Throughout the year with enough rain during the monsoon season. The people of Kurg are known to be one of the bravest. As I told you, that they think that they are the descendants. There's a belief, there's a faith that they are the descendants of the Arabs or the Greeks. I'll let you know that how this belief came, right? Coffee is the main crop grown in this region. A variety of animals can be found here, with the place which is surrounded by beautiful Bagmari hills. Now, please learn this Bagmari hills. The MCQ questions may ask you that surrounded by which hills, right? Islands and Tibetan settlements. Now, what are the value points of the story? Kurg is situated between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangaluru. It is called the land of rolling hills. What it is called as? Land of rolling hills. Learn it. Land of rolling hills. It is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. It is the smallest district of Karnataka. Kurgi is the home of evergreen forests, spices, and coffee plantation. Now, if you are having your books, you can relate the first paragraph with the explanation, or I'll be sharing the PDF also, right? So, I'll start with the first paragraph. Are you ready? Have you opened your books? Goes to the first paragraph. Quick reading. Quick reading, my children. Kurg, a place so beautiful that it seems like a piece of heaven which has been drifted away from God's kingdom and settled on the earth. It is somewhere between Mysore and Mangaluru. It is an area with low hills of unequal height. The men are brave warriors. The women of Krug are pretty. The place has a variety of wild animals too. Now, what are the new words of this paragraph, children? Drifted from, have been carried along gently by hair. Martial, having to do with war. Having to do with war. Right? Now we come to the second paragraph. Also known as Kodavu, it is one of the smallest districts of Karnataka. 30% of the area of Krug is covered with evergreen rainforests, and the place receives rain for most part of the year, especially during the monsoon season. And it is wonderful, I tell you, children. You feel that you are in the lap of nature when you visit Krug. And now and then you will have showers. You will hear the noise of the waterfalls. You will see the lofty trees. It's a hilly area, of course. And really, it's evergreen and beautiful. Now, the period from September to March is ideal for visiting Kurg. So, what is the period? Remember, September to March. The weather is pleasant and there is some rain which makes it worthwhile. The air is filled with the strong fragrance of coffee due to the abundant coffee plantation. And it's a wonderful experience, I tell you, children, with the smoked coffee, standing in the balcony, and you just feel that you're in the lap of nature. Lushes of green from all the corners. You can hear the waterfalls. It's wonderful, I tell you. Now the new words, canopies. The roof-like covering made of trees form a shelter. Now there are lofty trees, I told you, na. There are trees, and it's a thickly grown forest, rainforest. So the trees, they form as a roof at the top, and it blocks your scene the your sight to the sky. So it just acts as a canopy, as a roof, right? Prime here means, here in this chapter, means best. Invigorating means strong here in this chapter. In English, the words changes with the context of using of those words, right? So here it means strong. Now comes to the para third. The people of Krug are believed to be of Greek or Arabic background, origin, right? And are generally ferocious. Arabic Indians are calm, but Arabics, they are very ferocious. The theory came into being because of their dressing style. They are generally seen wearing long black coat with embroidered waist belt known as kupia. So what is kupia, children? Kupias are the long black coat embroidered with an embroidered waist belt. It is, we call it as kupia. Kupia is similar to the kufia owned by the Arabs and the Kurds. It is also rumored that some people of Alexander's, now this is a rumored stories, beliefs, faiths, the stories which have turned to beliefs and faiths now. Okay. That some people of Alexander's army could not return to their homeland and so settled here while returning from the south. The people of the Krug marry each other, and their cultures as well as rituals are different from the ones followed by the Hindus. So they have a different culture, a different heritage in their community, and they are practiced to marry in their community itself. What are the new words? Mainstream, a tradition which most people follow. Test of valor, stories of courage and bravery, usually in a war. Descent is origin. The people are welcoming and warm. This is your fourth paragraph, children. The people are very welcoming and warm in nature. They are always ready to entertain with the stories of their ancestors. Now, these folk tales and all are the stories which are transferred from one generation to other, and they are the tales of that particular place, right? They are known to be independent, ferocious, and brave, which is evident from the fact that the Krug regiment is in the Indian army has received the maximum number of awards for bravery. The most people from Kurg, they joined the Indian army. First chief of Indian army named General Karyappa belonged to Kurg. What is the name of the general? You have to learn it. General Karyappa. Spelling also. Also, these are the only people permitted to carry firearms freely, unlike others who need a license. Now, if you want to have a gun, you need to have a license. But a Kurgi, they don't need. They can have a gun without any license. This shows that the Kurgis are reliable too. यस बेटा, हम लोग के हाथ में आ जाएगा, जब देखो तब ठाई ठाई चल जाएगा. But so we are not reliable. So when we are issued a gun, we need to have a license. But in Kurg, no, they are reliable people and they can have it without license. The new words in the paragraph: most decorated, having received the maximum number of awards for bravery in a war. Right? Fifth paragraph. The evergreen forest and hills of Crook provide water to River Kaveri, a major river in South India. So what? From where they get water? What is the major river of this district? River Kaveri. A large freshwater fish called Mahasir is found in these waters and is looked for by the birds. Mahasir is very tasty to eat. Yes. Squirrels and langurs play in the waters by throwing half-eaten fruits, whereas elephants enjoy bathing in it. You would love if you visit this place once. While teaching you, I'm just experiencing back my experience. I'm just turning the pages of my experience in Crook. Mischief, playful behaviour, ripple effect, a small wave or series of waves on the surface of water, especially as caused by a slight breeze or an object dropping into it. If you drop a stone or a pebble, you can see the ripples in the water. Right? The Mahouts, a person who walks with, rides and tends an elephant. The tourists who visit Crook to relax in the natural beauty. Now we have come to the sixth paragraph, children. The tourists who visit Crook to relax in the natural beauty of the place also get attracted towards the various adventure sports activities available, like river rafting. Which is the river there? Write it in your live chat. What is the river there? Which river is there? River Kaveri. Good. Canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, mountain climbing. So the sports you would learn by heart. Right? The hills have various paths formed by footsteps of workers who trek here. The new words of this paragraph: laid back means relaxed, not in a hurry. Rafting, traveling in a river in a raft. Floating platform made up of tying planks together. Canoeing, traveling in a river in a canoe. Canoe is a large narrow boat. Canoeing. Rappelling, going down a cliff by sliding down a rope. Trails, paths created by walking. Now the seventh paragraph. While taking a walk in the region, one may find a variety of animals around them. Birds, bees, and butterflies fly around you, while squirrels and langurs keep an eye on you from the trees. While elephants can also be found in Kurg. Paragraph 8. To have an overall look at the beautiful city of Kurg, one must climb up to the Bagmari Hills. And it's cloudy. You will feel that the clouds are floating around you, the lofty green mountains and the trees are just, you are surrounded by the warmth, the love of the lush green mountains and the trees. And you would find the clouds just floating around you. So if you want to enjoy, you want to look at the beautiful city of Krug, you have to climb up the Pagmari hills. Krug is surrounded by outstanding places of beauty like the island of Nisaragandhama and Baikalkuppe, which is India's largest Tibetan settlement. Monks wearing red, orange, and yellow colored garments can also be found in the district of Kurg, where their life is a fascinating view of travelers. A mix of diverse cultures can be seen here, which represent the heart and soul of India. Now, at the end of the chapter, what we are going to do? A quick recap. Okay? And for the recapitulation, I framed small questions. Where is Krug, children? Krug is the smallest district of Karnataka and is located somewhere between Mysore and the coastal city of Mangalore. Right? What is the story about the Kodavu people's descent? It is said that the Kodavus are of either Greek or Arabic descent. According to one story, a part of Alexander's army could not return to its homeland and so settled there. So what was the story? That a part of Alexander's, you know about Alexander? The Greek invader? So a part of his army could not return homeland. So they settled here in Kurg. As the traditional dress of the Kodavus, Kupia is similar to the dress of Arabs and the Kurds. The Kufia, it is said that probably the Kodavus are the descendants of the Arabs. What are some of the things you know about? People of Krug are known to be the descendants of the Greeks or the Arabs. This is because of their dressing style. They are independent and ferocious. They are the bravest soldiers in Indian army. At the same time, they are welcoming and are known for their hospitality. Means treating the guests with warmth. They have married amongst their locals and their culture is different from what is seen in mainstream Hindus. The main crops of Krug. Coffee is the main crop of the Krug. During monsoon season, when the weather is pleasant and the wind is blowing, it carries with it the strong fragrance of coffee. Coffee estates with the colonial bungalows and are abandoned, even provide homestays for visitors to experience the Kurgi way of life. The sports it offers to tourists. A variety of high energy adventure activities are offered to tourists like river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Trekking is also one of the famous activities. Right, children? The animals you are likely to see in Kurg. Fishes like mahasir are found in the waters of the river of Kaveri. Birds like kingfisher and other animals like squirrels, langurs, butterflies, bees accompany you in this area, while the wild elephants can be seen bathing in the rivers. If you trek macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs, slender loris can be spotted on the trees, the distance from Bangalore and how to get there. Coorg is a distance of 260 kilometers from Bangalore. The nearest airports are Mangaluru, 135 kilometer, and Bangalore is 260 kilometers. There are flights to Mangalore from Mumbai and to Bangalore from Ahmedabad. Chennai, Delhi, Goa, Hyderabad, Kochi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Pune. The nearest railheads are at Mysore, Mangalore, and Hassan. There are two routes to Coorg from Bangalore. Both are almost the same distance, around 250 to 260 kilometers. The route via Mysore is the most frequented one. The other route is via Neelamangal and Kuningal and Charanayapatna. So children, with this we end up the chapter, and I hope you have understood the chapter, you liked the chapter, you loved the chapter, and sure you have made your plans to visit Coorg, but not now, after your exams. By then the pandemic will be also crubbed. So after exam, sure to visit Coorg, right? Till then, goodbye, stay indoors, keep on studies, be positive.